change topics as well. This one is from Margaret Hudson.
I have a question for Beth. Is human population density sustainable at current levels if sea life is majorly impacted by global warming?
So it depends on how you live, basically. So if we all want to live like Australians or Americans, then no, the human population, we'd need 7 planets, basically. And
I'm working on that. The other
but it is possible to have sustainable seafood going forward, even with ocean acidification. But we have to be adaptable about what we do and what we accept. So we do have to take on practices like we have in Australia. Australia has sustainable seafood. It's not the message that you get from the rest of the world. Only 3% of Australia's fisheries are overfished. We've spent a lot of time in the last 20 years getting them into that state, and we're already preparing for what we've got to do to keep them sustainable going forward. So if you take those practices and you take that holistic ecosystem approach, then it is likely we can have sustainable seafood going forward. But what we can't do is just take on the kind of complacency that can crop up. We can't rest on our laurels. We've also got to each take responsibility. So, for instance, recreational fishermen love to point the finger at commercial fishermen. Everybody loves to fish, I can get that, but we've each got to take responsibility for the catch. We can't just keep blaming each other. So that's a place where we've got to sort of shift our focus.
Beth, can I just ask you about the other part of the equation with oceans, and that is the warming of the oceans? The 2014 State of the Climate report, we have scientists warning that there's already dangerous warming in the oceans and it may be irreversible. What do you say?
So 93% of the heat that's happened on Earth with climate change is in the oceans. It's ocean warming. It's not really climate. You know, the Earth is an ocean effectively on that side of things. And in places like in places like Tasmania, it's already 2 degrees warmer. We have fish there that we had never had before. So the other part of it is that the oceans happen really slowly. So we haven't seen the whole effect of even the Industrial Revolution on the oceans yet. That'll take thousands of years. So if we stop now, then we'll stabilise for the next 1,000 years or so. If we just keep going, that's when you get into trouble. So it's something that's here to stay. Climate change has already started. It's not something in the far future. And ocean warming is a big part of that.
And the krill. We've got to lay off the krill, don't we? We're sucking up too much krill to make krill oil and that sort of stuff. Crucial part of the marine food chain. Don't we down in something like the Antarctic? We've got to ease up on the krill thing, don't we?
So I don't work on the camellia fisheries, but my understanding is that the krill catch is actually sustainable. So as long as you're making evidence-based decisions, and the camellia is a great example because they actually took predators into account when they were setting those quotas, so they've already allowed for the predators to have some. So as long as you follow those rules, it is actually possible to have krill. And an idea that's being discussed, a new idea in fisheries, is we sort of came in with the best of intentions in the past and said, surgical strike, take just the species you want and don't touch anything else. But if you think about crossing a snow-covered lake, you don't put all your pressure in one spot and smash through. You actually gently press your pressure over everything. So a new idea that we don't know how to do yet, it's still coming along, is how to gently press across the whole ecosystem to more gently apply the pressure so that you're not just stabbing in one spot and shattering the thing apart. You're gently pushing on the thing so it's robust and resilient and can carry you forward.
Okay, we've got another broader question on climate change from Joe Callingham.